If this man is not hot, then this has the makings of a Criminal Minds episode so far. The last sentence I read, I tremble as I feel the numbness of the tranquilizer take effect. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super behind on my reading goal this year. I set my reading goal to 165 books. I'm 7 books behind schedule, which is fine. My reading goal really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I did want to film a fun little video seeing if I could catch up to my reading goal over the next few days, meaning let's see if I can read 7 books in the next few days. But the thing is the moment I finish this video, I'm gonna go right back to being behind. So is there a point to this? Really, no. But who cares? I want to read books that are super fast-paced, super gripping, or are just incredibly unhinged to where I can't stop reading them. I only have 2 books on my radar right now. The first one is a Freida McFadden book, which I think I'm going to start with because it's going to be on my Kindle. I want to read The Inmate because I believe I just saw someone review that on TikTok. Let me make sure that's the right one. One with the couch cover. Oh no, it's not The Inmate. Should I read The Inmate? The Inmate or Never Lie? Which one should I read? Not me searching The Inmate, and the first book that actually pops up is Alpha Inmates Omega Hucko. Hakao. A reverse harem romance Omegaverse book. Honestly, an Omegaverse book would be really unhinged and kind of wild, so maybe I'll read a book like that in this video. Probably not. I'm not in an Omegaverse phase, but maybe. Should I read The Inmate or Never Lie? I'm going to Goodreads because I want to see what my mutuals say. I'm gonna read Never Lie because it has just slightly better reviews on Goodreads. The second book that is on my radar, I also don't know the title of it because I saved it in my Books I Need to Read collection. There is this creator that I follow on TikTok. She reads the most unhinged dark romances. I was about to say hilarious dark romances. They're really not hilarious, but when you think about it, it kind of is. Like the premise of it, you're like, that is fucked. But it's so funny. In her videos, she's always explaining the plot of something to her husband. And he's just like, what the fuck? And she's like, so this happens and this happens. And he's just like, oh my god, what are you reading? She was talking about this book 4 days ago called Black Syndrome, and I saved it. That's the second book I'm gonna start in this video. It's a dark romance, and the FMC is shopping in the bookstore. I can't. The FMC is shopping in the bookstore in the dark romance section. The MMC of this book sees this girl shopping for dark romance books, and he's like, yeah, she'll fit my vibe. So then he starts stalking her, all because he saw her buying dark romance books, and he was like, she's gonna be down for this. We as a society are going backwards. What was the last Freida McFadden book I read? The last time I read a Freida McFadden book was last summer when I was driving to Florida, and I remember listening to this book and I had to turn it off every 20 minutes because it was giving me raging anxiety. Raging anxiety. What was the name of it? The Locked Door. I read that last summer. That was the second Freida McFadden book that I had ever read. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I think I gave it 3.75 stars. But again, it gave me raging anxiety. It was so bad. I was about to have a panic attack on the freeway. I was driving and listening to that, and then it started creeping into nighttime. Like it was like 8:30 and it started getting dark. I was like, no, we have got to turn on Hillsong or something. Kidding. I think I turned on classical music because I had to breathe, take deep breaths. That's probably what this experience is going to be like for me, but it's okay. I feel like I can do it. The summary for this book says newlyweds Trisha and Ethan are searching for the house of their dreams when they visit the remote manor that once belonged to Dr. Adrian Hale, a renowned psychiatrist who vanished without a trace 4 years earlier. A violent winter storm traps them at the estate with no chance of escape until the blizzard comes to an end. Wait, this is already sounding good. Literally nothing has happened in the summary and I'm already in. In search of a book to keep her entertained until the snow abates, Trisha happens upon a secret room, one that contains audio transcripts from every single patient Dr. Hale has ever interviewed. As Trisha listens to the cassette tapes, she learns about the terrifying chain of events leading up to Dr. Hale's mysterious disappearance. This is sounding good. Trisha plays the tapes one by one late into the night. With each one, another shocking piece of the puzzle falls into place and Dr. Adrian Hale's web of lies slowly unravels. And then Trisha reaches the final cassette, the one that reveals the entire horrifying truth. Okay. The house that they are going to look at as a potential to buy is in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. It's in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. They had just driven through a snowstorm. They're going to be stuck at this house because of said snowstorm. And when they get to the house, she has like a really eerie feeling. And he's like, oh, let's go inside. The lights are on. The lights in question are one random light upstairs, and every other inch of the house is pitch black. It's also, again, in the middle of nowhere, so it's just dark everywhere. And I'm just picturing the most horrifying sight. Am I a paranoid person? I'm trying to think if I would go into the house. Your other option is stay in the car because there's I would probably go into the house. I don't think I'm paranoid enough. I'm trying to think of what I would be thinking in this moment. Because Trisha was like sick to her stomach and she got this really eerie feeling. And she was like, I don't know. No. I feel like I'd be like, let's go. Oh my god. Every single shocking thing that I've read so far that has audibly made me go, isn't even that crazy. Also a little bit stereotypical. I don't care. I'm kind of eating it up. I've been reading for an hour and a half. I'm 100 pages in. 28% in. And on chapter 15. I have a theory, and I so badly want it to be correct. Should I tell you what I think my theory is? I wouldn't spoil anything. Future Heather here. I'm actually not going to share with you my theory because I'm afraid it will spoil the book for you. The theory wasn't correct, in case you were wondering. You're not even going to hear the theory because I'm not going to share it with you because it was wrong. What the fuck? What? What the fuck? And I'm so mad at myself for it being wrong because I really was sitting here like, I got this. And then the plot twist finally happened in the book and I was like, what the fuck? How did I not catch that? Reading thrillers nowadays for me is just me trying to figure out the plot twist the entire time. I've read so many thrillers, most of the time I can guess it. Why the fuck didn't I guess this plot twist? I'm actually so pissed at myself that I didn't catch this. I feel so stupid. I have to go back and make sure I'm not an idiot, but I'll do that when I'm done with the book. And 6 hours of non-stop reading later, the first book is done. 6 books left. Do we really think I'm going to be able to read 6 books in this video? Maybe I'll read a few novellas. I do think I am going to start an audiobook because I just got an email that I do have an Audible credit. I can't sit any longer. I'm getting a little stir crazy. So maybe I'll go for a walk and start an audiobook. I kind of want an audiobook that is true crime-esque. That kind of feels like you're listening to a true crime podcast. I think that's the vibe. I was thinking about a romance audiobook. I don't think I could do a romance audiobook right now, if I'm being honest. And I also don't want a thriller. More like mystery suspense-esque. I think I'm just scarred from The Locked Door. I don't want anything to be like that one. I don't want to have heart issues while listening to it, but I do want a little bit of true crime suspense. While we look on Audible, let me tell you about this book. Was Never Lie the best book I've ever read? No. Was Never Lie a literary masterpiece? No. Was it bingeable? Yeah. Yeah. I think that might be my favorite Frida McFadden book. Oh, I forgot I read The Housemaid by her, too. I think I like this one better than The Housemaid. I need to read the sequels to The Housemaid. Audible. I'm kind of thinking about listening to a Lucinda Berry book.
I'm Kate Bennett.
That's insufferable.
Going where? What are you talking about? Paul asks. Sawyer isn't answering his phone and...
That one's a little better, but not much.
Oh my god. I pulled out Isaac. That was his hand. His body thrashing behind me. I shoved Isaac off me and hurtled headfirst back into the freezing lake water. Within seconds, the darkness covered me again. I plunged down, trying to make my way back to the SUV. But my muscles...
30 minutes later, I decided against a Lucinda Berry book. I stumbled across this book called The Island.
Jacko tugged the rifle bolt backward.
I can handle that narrator. This is about a family that goes on a vacation in Australia when they go off the beaten path. Wait a minute. Wait, this is going to be a Hulu series soon. Oh, that's cool. Oh, hell yeah, then I'm going to listen to this. So they discover a remote island that's off limits to outside visitors. As soon as they set foot on the island, which is run by a tightly knit clan of locals, everything feels wrong. Then a shocking accident propels the Baxters from an unsettling situation into an absolute nightmare. And Heather and the I'm sorry, who? I wasn't expecting her name to
be Heather. Why is that throwing me for a loop? I know my name is not uncommon, but I really don't see that many people with my name, and I also have never seen my name in a book. Ever. Can someone write a romance book with the name Heather in it, please and thank you, so I can pretend it's me? When Heather and the kids are separated from Tom, they are forced to escape alone, seconds ahead of their pursuers. Wait, this sounds good. And it's going to be a Hulu series. Okay, this is the audiobook that I'm going to be listening to over the next few days. I am going to start Black Syndrome on my Kindle probably later tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow, though. I don't think I'm going to film for the rest of the day.
I'm 5.5 hours into this audiobook. I started it this morning on my walk, and I'm 5.5 hours through it. I have 3 hours and 21 minutes left. I got 10% into Black Syndrome last night. I was planning on reading that this morning, and then I started this audiobook, and I just haven't really been able to put it down. The narrator is killing it. The voice changes, the dramatic is this is the word I'm trying to say. She's dramatic, but in a good way. There's gunshots. When like a gun goes off, there's like a little pew. Oh. Sometimes the gunshots in this actually do scare the shit out of me because a gunshot just went off and like I was startled. This is America. Jesus. I've liked it so far, but I did not like that gunshot. That one just caught me off guard. I was a little bit wrong about the premise of this book. I thought that the family took a boat to get to this island and they went there by themselves, but they end up finding out that on this island their kids could see koala bears, and they pay someone to let them go because the people that they're talking to, they're like, no, you can't go there, and they're like, how much do you want? And they give them money and they're like, okay, we'll take you on this ferry. And then they end up over there, and then the shit just goes wrong. Not wrong in the way that I thought it would go wrong. I can't say much more without spoiling the book, but they get to this island, things go wrong, and they're being hunted to be killed.
And we're done. Book 2 is done. That was a really entertaining audiobook. I'm serious. I really liked that narrator. I don't know if I would have liked this book as much if I would have read it over listening to it. We'll never know because I'm never going to read it. But the audiobook, very entertaining. And I liked the ending. This book just had consistent, mild suspense through it. There wasn't anything that put me on edge. It wasn't mystery-esque. It was just consistently, mildly suspenseful. In the best way. I'm gonna take a little break, and then I'm gonna pick up... Did I forget the title name again? I forgot the title name again! And then I'm gonna pick up Black Syndrome. Remember the name. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this book tonight. There's 368 pages, and I think I'm 50 pages into it. We'll see. It's 3 o'clock right now. I'll probably start reading again at 5:30 or 6 because I just need to work out and eat dinner. If I start the book at 6 and I want to be a grandma and go to bed by 9:30, that's 3.5 hours of reading. I read about 50 pages an hour. So yeah, no, I probably won't finish it tonight. It's 6:27 and I'm about to get started reading. I could have started at 6 o'clock. I've actually been sitting in bed since 6 o'clock, but I can't stop watching crumble cookie mukbang videos. Like, it's an addiction. I can't stop. We have a little bit of a drink rotation going. Peppermint tea in my cute mug that I made when I was in LA. Water and a LaCroix. There's something comforting about having my sleep mask on the moment I get into my bed. If I sit in my bed, the sleep mask has to be on my head. It's like the perfect amount of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not gripping my head. It's the word I'm looking for. I don't know. It feels really comforting right now, so I'm just going to leave it on. Like I said, I got 10% into Black Syndrome last night, and it is fucking insane. The first chapter, I was already like, and I haven't read when was the last dark romance book? I guess Leather and Lark was the last dark romance book that I read. A lot of dark romance books lack plot, so every time I'd start a dark romance book this year, there would be nothing going on but them fucking, and I'm just like, I don't want that. That's just not, I don't want it. Give me some story up in there, please. Chapter 1, I was gagged. Was it chapter 1 or was it the prologue? Somewhere at the beginning last night, I was like, what the fuck is going on? They're calling someone a master though, and I don't know how I feel about that. It is the master. It is the master who decides when, how, who, and why. Master, really? Really? Oh, at least you're the first one he stalked. I feel better now. I don't. If this man is not hot, then this has the makings of a Criminal Minds episode so far. The last sentence I read. I tremble as I feel the numbness of the tranquilizer take effect. I hate that we're calling him master. I already said that, but I can't. The next day, the master doesn't show up. I hate it. No. There's no fucking way. There's no way. She's already attracted to this man. And even she is saying, what the fuck is wrong with me? I'm 11% in, sister. And a part of her is excited to confront him. Makings of a Criminal Minds episode. This man better look like this. Can I say, hold on. I gotta read the summary to make sure what I'm about to say doesn't spoil it. Not me opening up my phone. Literally the last thing on my phone. I'm telling you, I'm an addict. Not the crumble cookie being the last thing on my phone. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, it doesn't say what happens. So I can't tell you what she just said right there. This is the most vague description of a book I have ever read.
This book is making me realize that I think my frontal lobe has developed. Oh god, I'm 14% in. And here's the thing. If I wasn't trying to catch up to my reading goal, I probably would have DNF'd this book by now. He literally just said, from this moment on, can I say it with a straight face? That's the real question here. Okay. And scene. I don't think I can say it with a straight face. From this moment on, you will call me master. From this moment on, I will be calling the police. I'm not DNFing it. I'm just gonna ride it out.
I have to DNF this book. I can't read it. I love how a second ago I was like, I'm gonna push through. I'm 15% in. I'm gonna read it. I got an additional 2%. I can't do it. It's just not for me. I think I'm gonna read between Never and Forever. Never and Forever. This was on my required reading for the month anyways, and I know this one isn't gonna be anything crazy. This is a second chance romance, third book in the Hardy Brothers series. He's a billionaire, she's a singer, and it's gonna be a lot more tame, which is right up my alley. I also think they get fake engaged, and I love fake dating. That feels safe. That feels safe. I'm gonna be honest, I was not feeling very safe reading that other book. Good morning. I'm gonna go ahead and try and find another audiobook that I can listen to. So when I have this little bit of free time, aka I don't want to be looking at a book when I'm like cooking breakfast, going for my walkie, I need to have another audiobook so that I can be productive. Do you hear my cat? It's witching hours. It's 7:42 in the morning and that's her witching hour. You'll hear her running around in a second. I want another mystery thriller audiobook. I don't know if I want to listen to it on Spotify or if I want to buy one on Audible. I don't have, oopsies. Wait, I actually don't have any audiobook listening time on Spotify. So I either need to top up, which will cost me $14, or buy an audiobook, which will probably be, why couldn't I speak there for a second? Which will probably be, I'm slurring. It's 7:40 in the morning and I'm already slurring and that is not making me feel good about myself. Oh my god. Not me clicking on Audible, not this one audiobook I was looking at being $19. Okay. Let me figure out what I want to listen to first and then we'll decide which platform. I tried to look through Libby last night with my library. My library doesn't have shit on Libby. In fact, let's go to the mystery thriller section. Oh, this looks kind of good. Oh, this is only $13.
Help! Please don't let her be the next one to die. She hangs from the cliff edge, one hand clinging onto an ancient iron stake, hammered into the stones. Will it hold her? Her feet flail in the air beneath her, trying to find a niche, a crevice.
What's this about? The Surprise Party by Julia Crouch. That's what I clicked on. This trip was meant to save our marriage. Instead, it will destroy everything. Oh my god! Let me read this to you. I'm gonna also check the Goodreads for this because I want to see if any of my friends have read it. When it comes to like buying an audiobook, I want to know people actually enjoyed it. To celebrate my special birthday, my husband and I have returned to the beautiful Greek island village where we spent our honeymoon. As the boat pulls into the harbor, I feel hope rise in my heart. The white houses, the blue doors, the brilliant turquoise of the sea are just as I remember. If 2 weeks in this paradise won't fix our marriage, nothing will. But then the next day, a boat arrives full of my friends and family. I can't believe it. It was meant to be just the two of us. This was my chance to confess what I've been hiding for years, the truth that will change everything. Now I'm surrounded by all the people I've been desperate to escape, all the secrets I've been pretending I don't know. I force a smile onto my face, but inside I want to kill my husband. But even after my party ended in disaster, I didn't expect anyone to die. Ooh, okay, that's our first contender. Let me go to Goodreads and see what the people say about this. The Surprise Party, Julia Crouch. Julia Crouch, is that a popular author? I feel like I've heard of that name before. Well, this is, oh wait, is this new? Oh my god, wait, hold on, is that pre-order? Oh my god, this just came out today. Okay, I was like, why does it have 44 reviews? Yeah, none of my friends have read. Okay, first contender, The Surprise Party. And I'm adding it to my cart. Second contender, I could listen to The Housemaid's Secret because that is the one that follows up The Housemaid. I read The Housemaid last summer. Did I read it in a 24-hour reading challenge? I think I read it in a video where I was reading y'all's 5-star reads, and I liked it for the most part. I haven't read the second one. I feel like I'm gonna want to read the second one eventually, but I don't know if I'm gonna read, what is there, 3 or 4 of them now. I just feel like she keeps pumping them out, and I don't know if I necessarily need that. The Housemaid's Secret sounds good. That's our second contender, but maybe I'll listen to both of these in this video because we got books to get through. Add to cart.
Lightning flashes around me, illuminating the living room of the small cabin where I'm spending the night.
Maybe we'll do both of these. That's actually a very good plan. They're both on sale too. Ooh. The Surprise Party and The Housemaid's Secret are the other 2 audiobooks that I'm going to be listening to in this video. If you haven't read The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, I liked it. I'm going to be honest. I also thought the plot twist in it was really, really good. That one didn't make me as anxious as The Locked Door. I'm gonna say it over and over again. The Locked Door gave me raging anxiety. It made me spiral a little bit. The Housemaid, it made me have a little bit of heart palpitations and a little bit of like, what the fuck is happening? But nothing too crazy. To where I couldn't just take like a little break halfway through and then everything was fine. I did really like that, so I'm excited to listen to the second of this. Wait, this is exciting. I found 2 books. Kind of in my thriller mystery era. Going to pick up a coffee at my mom's favorite coffee shop that she goes to every single morning. I get an iced latte and then finish this book in my car. Hi! I'm good, how are you?
I'm good.
Should I get a vanilla or a lavender latte?
Ooh, I mean, we can mix them.
Yeah, could I do that?
Yeah,
could I do it
lavender?
like half sweet though?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then iced.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Have a good day. She's the perfect color. Also, dairy over oat or almond milk. Someone had to say it. I break out a little bit when I drink dairy, but I eat cheese so consistently it doesn't really affect me that much. Sometimes it does. I'll probably have a few pimples in the morning, but it's okay. I can live with that. Oat milk and almond milk guts me from the inside out every single time, especially the types that they use in this coffee shop and a lot of the other coffee shops around town. It's regular dairy all the way. Now let's go find a nice shaded tree to read under. At least there's a nightmare scene. Well, I can't say at least yet because I haven't even told you my thoughts. I'm trying to get to 80% before I tell you my thoughts of this book. But I have 1 minute left in this chapter, so give me a second and then I'll give you an update. Nightmare? It's just a nightmare. Heartbreaker. The car wreck. It's over. Okay. 80% through. I'm on chapter 34. And I haven't had much to say about this book, so I haven't really said anything about it so far because it's just been
so repetitive in my opinion. I feel like it's been the same thing for the first 75%. I feel like at 75% it finally started giving a little oomph and it started to change a little bit. The dialogue, the plot line, the everything for the first 70% was just, he's ignoring me, I want to change my image. He's ignoring me, I want to change my image. We're fake engaged. He's ignoring me, I want to change my image. Like, it just felt like the same stuff over and over and over again. Oh, wait. Actually, that repetitiveness didn't happen until about 20% in. The first 20% actually really hooked me in, and I was really hopeful the first 20%. I binge read that. And then it just, that middle 50% was not doing it for me. And it was really hard for me to read because it was just the same thing. Oh, and then throw in like a spice scene here and there, and I was just like, ugh. But I'm gonna finish the book. I mean, I'm 80% in now. I'm gonna finish it. I'm thinking I'm gonna give it 2 stars though. I just don't think this one's for me. I really did like the first 2 books in the series, as chaotic as they were. First book in this interconnected series was probably the most chaotic I've seen so far. That one gave me whiplash, but in the best way. It was fun. That was Between Commitment and Betrayal. The second one was cute and fun. This one is just not doing it for me. And that's okay. It might do it for you though. So if you have read the first 2 books, or you've heard me talk about this book and you're interested in it, definitely still give it a shot. It might just be me, but I just think it's a little too repetitive. And I'm not loving it. My Kindle just started installing an update. It's connected to my phone. That's how it's doing that. Why did it start doing that? I guess I'll read the last 20% of this later tonight. I'm gonna listen to that audiobook, The Housemaid's Secret. I'm on chapter 2. Not too far into it. I just finished Between Never and Forever. I'm gonna give it 2 stars. I just don't think it was for me. I think there was good moments of it, and I especially think there was probably good moments at the end of it. That 20% to 70, 75-ish% was so repetitive, I literally couldn't get into the book at all. I also found the ending a little crazy. Like a little like, what the fuck? This is the direction? Really? Also, how do you guys know the President of the United States? What do you mean we're having a meeting with POTUS right now? Come on, Finn. This audiobook is getting crazy. Oh, you're making me spin in circles. Audiobook's getting crazy. So crazy, I kind of need to take a break for a little bit because it's just making me really anxious. We've gotten to a part where things are seeming too good, but I'm only like 3.5 hours in, so there's no way things can be good or go up. So I'm like, okay, when is shit gonna hit the fan? It's making me anxious.
I'm gonna read Powerful this morning, I think, which is kind of risky. I should go ahead and take this dust jacket off. Me reading by the water is not a good combo, but for some reason, I have faith in myself today. Oh, it's black too. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. My friend Emily, who I'm going to the lake with this morning, made me this book sleeve. She sewed this together herself. Isn't it adorable? So I'm gonna put it in there. Hold this. Got my sunnies.
Tonight they're having like a Hobbit night. And I was like,
At the library? Do you think people are gonna dress up?
they're supposed to.
Should we go?
I started running, I didn't know what to do when a group of men were chasing her. And he goes, shh, you did the right thing, run to me, always run to me. It's so cheesy, but I don't care. It's funny how cheesy things in books sometimes, I won't care. And then other times I'm like, DNF, bye. This is YA. So I'm embracing the cheese. It's fine. She did just meet this man. Run to me, always run to me. She did just meet this man, but it's okay. I didn't expect there to be a man's in this. Am I going to be even more sad than I expected? Probably. I don't know if you can read this book without reading Powerless, but I don't think you can. This follows Adina, which is a side character in Powerless. A lot of people don't like Powerless because it's very cheesy. And as I was telling my friend Emily at the lake, it is very cheesy and it has all the very stereotypical tropes in it. But the author was 18 when she wrote it, and she wrote a book with tropes that she wanted in a book. I would have done that at 18. Once you look past the fact that it's very trope heavy, it's just a fun little read. I liked it. Also, I feel like if I would have read it this spring, maybe I wouldn't have liked it. I don't know. I think it's a very hit or miss book. I enjoyed it when I read it last year. This little novella is 226 pages. I'm 56 pages into it. I'm going to try to get at least halfway through this today. And I want to get through as much of the audiobook that I'm listening to. That one's so easy to navigate what's going on when you're listening to it. I'm able to turn it up to 1.5 speed. And with it on 1.5 speed, I have a little bit less than 3 hours left. So I want to get 2 hours into that. I'm going to read a little bit more of this and then I'm going to get going on the audiobook and try and get through this because I want to dilly-dally on Pinterest. And what better way to dilly-dally on Pinterest than multitask that with listening to an audiobook, because then it makes you feel productive. I want to plan my entire life out tonight on Pinterest. A 5-year plan, Pinterest edition.
I just finished The Housemaid Secret. And it was good, but it wasn't anything absolutely crazy. Like, I was expecting it to be a little bit more, or to give a little bit more oomph. I felt like the plot twist, I was like, eh. And maybe that's because I was listening to it on audio. I wonder if that would have been a different experience if I read it. When I was on my walk this morning listening to it, I was in like the middle of it, and I remember telling you guys, I'm anxious. Things are going too well. When things stopped going too well, it wasn't that bad. And I was like, oh, okay. Can't really say much about this book because if I say really anything, it's going to spoil the first book. So go read The Housemaid. I did really like The Housemaid. I thought it was good. And the plot twist in it got me. I think that's Frida's most popular book too. It's popular for a reason. This is the second one, the one that I just listened to. I don't think I'm gonna read the third. I don't really need more, if I'm being honest.
I'm afraid this one sentence I just read in this book might have tilted me over the edge of not loving it. I think if I would have read this when I was 17, it would have been great. At the ripe age of 24, it's just so young. It's just so young. And Powerless, I feel like, was so young, but I really liked that. And it's not that I don't like this. I just wish I was 17 in this moment. Adina literally just said, I'm tripping into you. And you're like, what does that mean? In what context? I don't fall for someone. I trip uncontrollably toward them before inevitably hitting the ground. So she's basically saying, I'm falling in love with you. Why was it phrased, I'm tripping into you? That genuinely just made me go, this is cute. This is cute. That's all it is. I have about 50 pages left. And it's not that I even want it to be over. Like, I'm enjoying myself. It's just okay. Oh my gosh. Also, Adina runs into everyone. Why? Now I'm getting heated. I don't mean to get heated. This book doesn't really require me to get heated. But why can't Adina watch where she's going? She just walked straight into, I think, the 4th person in this book. It's Kai. I didn't even see you there. The carpet is terribly distracting. Look up. Raise that head, girly pop, because you've ran into 4 people so far. What is happening? She was ditzy in a cute way and Powerless, and now she's just ditzy and not aware of her surroundings in the slightest. And I get it, occasionally. I'm not aware of my surroundings. But why in this tiny little novella has she walked straight into 4 people and been like, oh my god, I didn't even see you there? Open your eyes. I don't know.
I love how they've known each other for a week. Some may call it love bombing. I may call it novella.
Okay, what the fuck? That was really sad. The ending of this was sad. I expected it to be sad. If you read Powerless, though, you know what's up. You know what's up. I didn't love this. I actually want to give it 3 stars. It was just too mediocre. It's not that it was bad. It just wasn't anything great. How many books deep are we into this video? Like 4 or 5? On my Goodreads, it says I have 4 books left until I'm caught up on my Goodreads goal. Oh! I'm just gonna read as much as I can today and tomorrow. So hopefully that means I can get through 4 books. If not, it'll be okay. I'm gonna listen to that other audiobook that I bought. I have already started it. I started a little bit of it this morning. It's only an 8-hour audiobook, and then if I listen to it on 1.5 speed, I think I have 6 hours and 15 minutes left. I can start one of these. I actually think I am gonna read one of these. I was gonna say this or this line cook romance that I have on my Kindle called On the Line. A line cook romance. Me, who worked in food service back in like 2018 and 2019, wanted a line cook romance. Unfortunately, they all made me uncomfortable. But happy for this girl, whoever she is. I'm gonna start this. I can't read this right now. It's been an hour, and I keep getting distracted. I can't focus on the book. I literally can't focus on the book. I don't even have an opinion of it yet because I got 15 pages in because I can't focus on it. I think I'm gonna listen to that audiobook in a bit. I'm gonna take a breather for 30 minutes. I've just read so many books in the past few days. I'm starting to get a little burnt out, which is not what we want. That's not what we want, because the moment I finish this video, I'm gonna go right back to being behind on my reading goal. But here's the thing. I think I'm gonna go ahead and lower it. Should I go ahead and lower it? What should I lower it to? It's at 165. 130? Change. When I set it at 130, I'm 13 books ahead of schedule. I feel like I can breathe. Why was that actually stressing me out so much? No, I hate how much control that had over me. It was actually so, there are tears forming in my eyes. Why was it so stressful to open my Goodreads and see that I was 11 books behind at one point? It just made me feel bad about myself, and it shouldn't. This is so stupid. That's so silly. But I can't lie to you, it did. And it kind of stressed me out a little bit. Oh, I feel at peace. Suddenly I can breathe. Things are good, guys. I am gonna go ahead and finish one more book for this video, and I'm gonna finish this audiobook. I've been listening to it off and on without recording, and it's alright so far. It's nothing too crazy. I kind of get the vibes that it's just gonna be like a basic suspense book. Very basic. This is my first book by this author. I gave you guys a summary about this book already, but some more information that I found out from reading. I think I'm 4 hours into it. From getting 4 hours into it, the wife has such a weird relationship with her adult children. Her adult children, there's 2 that are biologically hers and 1 that she adopted. I don't know the full adoption situation. We know he came from a bad family. His parents died and she adopted him, and he has like kind of issues now. The 3 of them are all around the age 28. They're all in their late 20s and they live at home, which is fine. And today, I'm like, in this economy, live at home. But they all live at home, and in private, when they're with her, they talk to her like they're children. Like, they're like, Mommy. Like, they communicate like a child, not like an adult. The living at home, Soleil Queen. Rent is expensive. I get it. But the dad wants them to move out because they're not acting like adults, specifically in private. When they're like interacting with the mom, because her entire family shows up on her and her husband's private vacation. And she's like, what the fuck are you all doing here? Which we're going to find out how that situation came about. But her entire family comes to where they are on vacation. And in front of all these people, all her kids they're normal-ish. And then when it's just her and the kids, they're like, Mommy, and can you do this for me? Like, I'm like, what? You're 28. It's weird, but it's not annoying, because sometimes when things like that happen in audiobooks and you hear people talking like that in an audiobook, you're like, oh my god, I'm getting annoyed. I'm not getting annoyed with the audiobook. I'm just kind of like weirded out. I'm like, what is the situation with this family? Because none of them really get along that well, and she's trying to keep the peace between them all. But they all came there for her birthday.
back to sit there. I was coming back to sit there. Can you scooch? Can you go over here? Can you come to this side? Come on. You can come back up. Come on. Lay down.
I hate to end the video off on this note, but this audiobook was very mid. Very bland, very basic. No plot twist really, because every plot twist that happened, I saw it coming. And you'd probably see it coming from a mile away. Nothing was super shocking in it. It wasn't a bad book though. If you read it, you just need to know going into it, you're probably gonna guess all the plot twist, and it's gonna be pretty easy to figure out. There were a couple things that happened throughout where I was like, whoa, what the fuck? But it wasn't anything like, what the fuck? It was more like, oh, what the fuck, that sucks, but I saw it coming from a mile away. Sixth and final book done for this video. Really, I should have read 7 books to catch up to my reading goal that I changed, but 6 is still great. I think that was 6 in 4 days. That's wild, and that's a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tried to make another longer, more chatty vlog for you guys, so I hope you like this video, and I will see you guys next week.